Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is going to be double dwarves versus double chaos. For our army here, I'm playing Clan Engren. This is the normal dwarf player, so we have kind of spread out here a little bit. We got the Ekron miners, we have two more miners with blasting chargers mixed in here, and then a normal miner out here because I want to try and have the enemy shoot me with their hell cannons. I'm hoping that they're just moving their hell cannons and not giving them attack orders so that they would have this be the closest target. So that's what I'm doing with that. And then the other axe icons you see here are mostly longbeards, and I have a couple dwarf warrior with long weapons. Where are, right here. I think these are where my dwarf warriors are. And the other axes are going to be longbeards with great weapons, including the Grumbling Guard. I got two organ guns, Dragonback Slayers, normal Slayers, and then two rangers being led by a Rune Lord. And then I have the two ethereal Thanes for my army. Then for my ally, we have three Thunderers, two Gyrocopters with Brimstone guns, Ungrim Iron Fist, a normal Thane. Then we have Longbeards with great weapons, two normal Dwarf Warriors, two Hammerers, another Longbeard, with great weapons, three Grudge Throwers, and then a Miner with blasting charges. And again, I'm kind of spread out because, I don't know, I find out like a spread out formation usually is better to protect your artillery. And, well, we have a lot of money investing in artillery. So, oh, I didn't even go, jeez. We got Kolek, double Shaggoths, we got three flying Pharaoh Manticores. Over here is mostly Chaos Marauders, and then three normal Chosen. An interesting build to bring against two dwarf armies. And not to bring like the anti-armor piercing Chosen. I find that weird. But okay. Then we also have a Gorby's Chariot. I think there's two Marauder Horse Masters, or horsemen with throwing axes. In this army, we also have another Pharaoh Manticore, more Chosen, and then actually I think all these are Chaos Warriors. Besides this one Forsaken, and they have double Halberdiers, two L cannons, and then again, no real armor-piercing focused melee infantry to bring against two dwarf players, which is so odd. So right now I'm kind of splitting my organ gun fire. We're going to get hit with Kolek's lightning here. Mostly targeting the Thunderers, I think, and they get in a very nice shot because the Thunderers are in a very tightly packed formation. And then we're going to switch, I believe, both organ guns to fighting against Kolek, the Sun Eater, the one and only. And I'm kind of trying to shadow him with my two Thanes if we can. Ideally, if we can get the player to engage our Thanes, or I should say we engage them with our Thanes, and they don't micro them away, then that's great, because our Thanes can block so much of the damage that the Shaggoths can deal. Gyro Bombers are going over, Gyrocopters are going over there to try and deal with all these large creatures. I don't think they do a hard engage, though. I think they get chased off by these Pharaoh Manticores, who I'm shooting up right now. As the Chaos armies slowly march forward. And you can kind of see, I think my ally is doing the same thing, hoping that the Hell Cannons target our miners as well. I think. I don't know, maybe not. Oh, I see. So the Pharaoh Manticores actually get the pounce, or the jump on these Gyrocopters with Brimstone guns. Okay, so this is how this one's going to die, pretty much all the way. I was wondering what happened. I remember I was microing some other things, and I looked over here, and I was like, holy shit, these Gyrocopters, what the hell happened to you? Well, you know, three Pharaoh Manticores happened to them. I think they come back, though. I think. And I believe the Hell Cannons are going to start opening fire on the miners. I think that's what's going on here. Oh, actually, is that a fireball? Oh, that was a fireball, not a Hell Cannon shot. That's a Hell Cannon shot. Fire! Yeah, we're just targeting Kolek, who is now not even moving, so he's just getting shot at by two different organ gun positions. I probably should have moved up my rangers with great weapons since they weren't microing, but, oh well, whatever. And then here come the Pharaoh Manticores, and I think this is when the attack is going to begin now that the Marauders and Chosen are nearby. So they're going to start to land, and then they're like, oh, wait. Because I think then they see the Rangers with great weapons. So I believe they are going to land on the Rangers, and then one's going to go after the Gyrocopter. I guess they're all going to go after the Gyrocopter. And I know they do land on the Rangers. Then we got Kolek coming in onto the Thunderers. We're going to pop some buffs with our Rune Lord. The Shaggoths, for the most part, are going to be staying over on this side of the battlefield, but the Manticores are going to be coming in. I'm not sure why you would charge Slayer, but they do a nice shot here, charging the Rangers with great weapons. Another one of Kolek's lightning, and then the Chaos Marauders are coming in, and then the Chosen are behind them, and the Chaos Chariot, who I switched my organ guns to fire at when it came into range, because the Gorby's Chariot is very scary when you're a dwarf player, so I wanted to make sure we destroy the hell out of that thing. And then meanwhile over here, the other enemies is going to be kind of spreading on my left flank, and then also on my, well, actually my allies' right. So I guess like the center of our formation. And they're going to be piling in on this formation. The dwarves are going to be piling in on this formation. And then over here on the left, some of their Chaos Knights are currently getting destroyed by the Gyrocopters, Ungrim Iron Fist, and some Hammers that were sent over there to deal with them. as we continue to deal with all of their monster creatures over here. Kolek is now into these Thunderers. I'm going to try and slow him down with the Grumbling Guard. Trying to pull out my Organ Gun out of the situation, doing point-blank fires into Kolek's ass with our other Organ Gun. Archeon coming over here on my left flank as well. Marauders with throwing axes. I'm not sure who they're trying to target right now, but we at this point got our Slayers both on one Shaggoth, and now we're going to be focusing on the other Shaggoth, and we have routed the Pharaoh Manticores. So, like, what happened here is that we had a Shaggoth and I think 2 Pharaoh Manticores at some point, all in this area, so both of my Slayers were able to do a lot of damage to them, so that's great. And we also did a lot of damage to Kolek with my Rangers, Great Weapons, all these Thunderers, and then the Organ Gun, so we focused them all down. And now our front line is just holding off the enemy's front line. So we're going to chase the Shaggoth for a little bit, but I think we're going to pull off. You can see I have one of our Thanes taking care of this one Chosen by himself. Meanwhile, over here, again, this is just going to be a massive brawl. One of those Manticores over here trying to do some damage. Really, this Manticore should probably be going... oh, never mind. So one of the Manticores is going after the my allies' Grudge Throwers, and they actually terrorized all 3 of them off their siege equipment. But they didn't kill them, and I think they're going to get chased off by the Hammers and the Thane that's over there. My Organ Guns, by the way, are still fine, and now we're going to fire into this giant clump of enemy units, as the 2 Hail Cannons, I think, are trying to take out my Longbeards, or maybe try to fire into my Grumbling Guard, I'm not sure. But yeah, we're just going to get a lot of good damage into the side of all these Chaos Warriors. We have another good Kolek Thunder going down here. Now, the Hail Cannons probably should be targeting right here. I wonder if they are afraid of hitting their own sword, because everything is so clumped up here. I can understand why you maybe wouldn't want to fire, because if you misfire and you miss, then holy shit, these Chaos Warriors are going to have a bad day. But yeah, Kolek coming back in briefly, because he's currently buffed by his own leadership buff. Back here, we're still dealing with the Pharaoh Manticores trying to take out our Organ Gun and our Rangers with Great Weapons, but we have so much ranged damage here that we are just focusing these Pharaoh Manticores back out. Shaggoth over here caught with one of our Slayers, and I think, actually both of our Slayers, sorry. So we're going to be able to rout that second Shaggoth. And I think Kolek is shattered. The other Shaggoth is broken. The last Manticore, is that the last Manticore? That may be the last Manticore. Is currently taking a lot of damage here in this massive melee brawl, which is just a bunch of clumped up soldiers. And they had so much damage, like these Organ Guns were just bowling for Chaos Warriors, shooting at them in the flanks. Meanwhile, my Rune Lord and some Grumbling Guard have been dealing with Archeon the Ever-Chosen over here. As I keep the 2 Chosen tied up with my 2 Ethereal Heroes, who are really not taking much damage from the Chosen. And I mean, they're not taking too much damage from me either, but it's all good. And making sure to keep some units in reserve at all times in case something kind of slips by, like these Marauders with throwing axes. I don't want them getting into my Organ Guns. Over here, I think my allies just been chasing these Marauders with throwing axes, these Hammers and Longbeards. That's turned out, you know, okay, I guess. Because in the end, the enemy is going to shatter because they just got pummeled. These crews got back on the Grudge Throwers and were just hammering this position. Both my Organ Guns were hammering that position. And the Hell Cannons, they've been hurting, but they haven't been able to make a significant damage on us. And now you can see the enemy is going to shatter. And that is, that's going to be G of the G's. So I think, like, I don't know what was in my enemy's head. I really would have fired into this clump of soldiers and just taken the risk. It could have went bad. Like, it could have went bad if that Hell Cannon, you know, at the very least, just manually aim a Hell Cannon, which is kind of hard to do in the middle of combat when everything is already, you know, engaged with other enemy forces. It's a lot to pull your attention away from the entire battlefield to focus on the Hell Cannon, but it probably would have been worth it because there were like 4 dwarf units stacked on top of each other, just like how the Chaos was stacking on themselves and getting pummeled by our artillery, our Organ Guns and Grudge Throwers. Man, if those 2 Hell Cannons, like 2 shots on that Dwarven formation over there, and my ally would have just crumbled. Would have crumbled. But good game to Portureface, Florian, and 3D Necron Lord for kills here. Didn't get too many kills with the Thanes. I had them fighting Shaggoths and then just Chosen. I just wanted them to tie down Chosen. I was expecting Chosen with great weapons, maybe, not normal Chosen. Like, the army builds here are so weird. Like, why? Forsaken, you know, I can understand Forsaken. Forsaken are very fast. They can whip around the flanks to get to your squishier, like, Rangers and artillery pieces. They're super fast and they're so pretty good at that. But I don't know why, like, the Chaos Warriors with halberds, seems to be an odd pick. Chaos Knights, I mean, that's fine. I think that's fine. Gorbis Chariot's obviously good. But there's just not... Like, I was expecting so much more armor piercing in their infantry line. They have a ton of armor piercing with the Shaggoth. The Pharaoh Manticores, I mean, I think they're good. I don't know if you need 3, but against 2 dwarf players. But I like the Manticore choice because they can fly over the dwarven infantry and get into the artillery pieces, which they did, and your squishier ranged units. But Slayers are kind of a big enemy to them, but at the same time, the Pharaoh Manticores do a lot of damage to Slayers, because like these Manticores and the Shaggoth almost killed my Slayer groups. So it's not like Slayers are going to kill these things for free. They will take a lot of damage. So I don't know, it's a hate and hate relationship, you know, not a love-hate. It's just a hate-hate relationship between Manticores and Slayers. As you can see here, my Slayers didn't get many kills because they were focusing on the Shaggoths and the Manticores for the most part. But the Organ Guns did a lot of damage, and then I imagine the Grudge Throwers did too. Yeah, because they were firing into all those Chaos Warriors. Besides that, Unkrum was over there chasing off Chaos Knights and Marauders, as was their thing was, I think, fighting the Pharaoh Manticore. The Thunderers were doing a lot of good damage to their their big monster units too. So good job there. And yeah, like the Hell Cannons didn't get to do too much, unfortunately for them. I don't know. It's an odd build, I think, to take against 2 dwarf players. Odd build. But anyway, good game to them. I hope you enjoyed, and let's go watch the cinematic view. This one, the Pharaoh Manticores had their fun with those gyrocopters. A little too much fun. I like that Kolek is just going to sit here and take it. It's brave. Very brave.
Fire on the fool. Range far, range fast. Move now. Shoot the one. Range far, range fast. Shoot. Ready to strike! Can't keep up! I will do it! Alright! Do it! Attack! Move now! Attack the earth! To attack! For our ancestors! Range fire! Move now! Bring the earth! Nothing can stop us!
Jump kick that Manticore.
Nothing can stop us! On the way! Kill us! Attack the eggs! Battle to vengeance! Nothing can stop us! Stop! Come on! Strike out! Put those dwarven links! This is an order! Move off! Battle! Put those dwarven links! Go! Nothing can stop us! Right far, right fast! Cannon! Right home! Yes! Move up! It will get done! Fire! Move! Drag out! strike! Take them down! Put those dwarven legs! This won't misfire!
Watch these Chaos Warriors just get pummeled by those artillery. Yeah. And on the way out, they're already broken. Jesus. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this Dawi versus the Chaos. Now we gotta just charge those damn hell cannons. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, I hope you enjoyed the battle. Another grudge stricken from the book. Take care, everybody.
Dawi, attack!